everyone. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Celeste, if you didn't know. And as I'm recording this right now, it is New Year's Eve. So when this goes up, it'll be New Year's. So Happy New Year, everyone. Let's hope that 2025 is a better year than 2024, because 2024 was pretty rough. It was pretty rough, not gonna lie to you. Lots of lows. Lots of lows, and were there any highs? You tell me, were there any highs for you in 2024? Let me know in the comments. But today I am coming to you with a book haul. This has been books that I've accumulated over the past couple of months. A couple of them I have bought more recently because of Christmas, and I got gift cards to I got a gift card to a local bookstore, and I also got a gift card for another local bookstore. So I bought a couple books there. So I'm super excited to get into the books that I have. It's the stack right here where you can see one of the books. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first one we have is Demon Slayer Volume 5. I do have 1 through 4. I have not read them yet, but I did watch the show up until, like, I think the movie, the train movie. I saw that, and then I haven't watched since. So, you know, might as well get into the manga. If you don't know what it's about this boy. He leaves to go into town, and when he comes back, all of his family is dead, save for his sister, who has turned into a demon. And so it's basically his quest to find out a cure for her, because she has not killed a human yet or like tasted their blood. And it's about him joining the ranks of the Demon Slayers and then killing off demons and stuff like that. So yeah, it's one of my favorite animes, so looking forward to the manga. The next one we have is another manga. It is Fruits Basket Volume 3, it's the collector's edition. I have the first two. I read the second one recently, and I needed to get the third, and it was at the local bookstore, the local used bookstore. So I was like, you're coming home with me, bitch. And now I have it, and I'm super excited. I love the art on it. We got Shigure and Kagura, I think is her name. I don't know, I forget. But I don't exactly know how far I got into the anime, because everything that was in Volume 2 I remembered from the anime. But basically this is about a girl. Her mom has died, like recently, semi-recently, and she is basically homeless. Landslide kind of destroys her home, which is a tent. And then these three guys come, and they're like, hey, why don't you come live with us? And she like lives with them. And then when you hug someone of the opposite sex, they turn into animals. And she finds that out pretty quickly. And yeah, it's really cute. I love the art style. Kyo has my heart. So does Shigure, honestly. I love him, even though he's... Never mind. But yeah, that's Fruits Basket. The next one is Sea Change by Gina Chung. I totally forgot to say the authors of the manga, but we're not gonna go back to that. And then I did read the synopsis for this while I was in the bookstore, and I was like, actually, this sounds kind of interesting. It sounds kind of like Remarkably Bright Creatures. And I believe this is also a debut, which Remarkably Bright Creatures was as well. But this is about a girl, and she works at an aquarium, and she like becomes friends with the octopus there. It's kind of like a coming of age novel, I believe. And she's also like, her father disappeared, and he was a marine biologist, and she's like, I'm gonna try to figure out what happened to him. And it does sound very interesting. So excited for this one. The next one we have, I'm really, really excited for. It is A Monsoon Rising by Thea Guanzon. And I read the first... Did I read the first one this year? I think think I read it last year. But it's it's a Reylo fanfiction. But you know, they changed the name down and stuff. But it's about this girl, she has these abilities where she can like manipulate light somehow. And it's about a war between like kind of her people and then like colonizers, and yeah. I enjoyed Hurricane Wars, so I'm sure I'll join this one. I like the sprayed edges. I got it specifically for that. I got it at the local bookstore. My edition of Hurricane Wars is unfortunately not have sprayed edges, but they match, and the covers are gorgeous. Monsoon Rising. Next up is a book I did own. I recently unhauled it, and I got this edition in a blind book box from the local bookstore, and it is A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. This is about a woman. She's like an archaeologist or something, and basically she comes back to her childhood home where her mother is, and her mother's like acting very strange. Like her childhood home was like all whimsical and like eccentric, and now she comes back and it's all boring, and she's like, wait, Mom, you're not like that actually. So horror, it's a horror book. Some parts were unsettling, but then like some of it I was like, eh. But I did like it. I love T. Kingfisher's writing style, and she's great. And I'm looking forward to reading more of her books. I have read this one. I'm really glad I got this edition because I like this one way more than the hardcover. It's kind of creepy looking with the freaking vulture, but you know, we vibe with it. The next one I got, it was also from a blind book box, and it is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I actually don't really know what this one's about. I think it's about a woman, and she's at a lake house, and then she sees something going on at the lake house across from her, like across the lake, hence the name of the book. It's a thriller. I've heard mixed things about it. I feel like a lot of Riley Sager books are either hit or miss. I have liked what I've read. Final Girls was okay. The Only One Left was pretty good. And then I personally enjoyed Middle of the Night, but I know that one is a mixed bag too. But you know, it's okay. It's Riley Sager, so definitely gonna read it eventually. Maybe in 2025? Who knows? I'm gonna do the next two together because they're from the same series. We got The Pumpkin Spice Cafe and The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Lori Gilmore, which is funny because I'm pretty sure she like made these books based off of Gilmore Girls. But basically it's small town romance. Both of them are small town romance. They're part of a 4-part series. Each book is like a different couple. I have read the first one, and it was okay. Nothing really special about it. The only reason I own them, we'll read this one eventually. The only reason I own them is because the covers are gorgeous and they got the nice foiling on there. Like this one had it on the leaves. The covers are stunning, and so are the spines. Forgot what that word was. So yeah, really excited to have these, even if the book was mediocre at best. Next one we have is Smother Moss by Elisa Allering. This is a horror set in the Appalachian Mountains, I believe in the 1980s. Other than that, I don't know anything about it, other than that it's a horror and I love horror. Also, this author lives in my state, and they came to the local bookstore. I did not go to the event, unfortunately, where they signed most of the books that they have there. So I did not get this from the local bookstore. My friend gifted it to me. But yeah, I'm really excited to jump into this because the Appalachian Mountains are fucking terrifying, okay? Everything I've heard about them, no thank you. I will not be going there. I have no interest in going there. And this book will probably attest to that as well. So, I'm okay. I'll just read about it. Thank you. Next one we have is another book I've read. I'm surprised I've read a lot of these, actually. And it is Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. This is the first Sally Rooney book I've read, and I absolutely loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. It's about this girl, well, she's a woman. It's about this woman and her friends and conversations with friends, pretty much. Honestly, it's a book that's just all vibes and character development and no plot, really. So if you don't like a book without plot, don't pick it up. But I really connected with this main character for some reasons, and that's why I liked it so much, because I was like, this girl's me in some ways, and I'm like, yeah, I really resonate with that, which I guess can say a lot because she's kind of messed up. But I feel like a majority of the characters in this book are pretty messed up. So next up we have Immortal Dark by Tigist Gurma. God, the glare is terrible. This is a vampire romance, dark academic, and other than that, I don't really know anything else. I'm excited for it though. The cover is stunning. I'm just hoping the insides are as equally as stunning. But I've mostly heard good things about it. So hopefully the reviews and the hype for it don't lead me astray. Please. I need a good vampire romance. Please. This next one I kind of bought because I was inspired by TikTok. I follow her TikTok. And her book sounded interesting from the way she described it. I have since forgotten what it's about, but I do know it's like enemies to lovers, very slow burn, like they don't even get together in the first book. Like it takes multiple books because it's a series. And that is Pocket of Lies by R.A. Sandpiper. The cover is really pretty, and I like the matte, but other than what I have said, I don't know anything about it. But it's a fantasy romance. So I read the back very briefly, and it's about this girl who's a thief, and her robbery goes wrong, and she has to impersonate a princess. The love interest is this guy who like crashes a party that she's supposed to go to find her, the princess, who she's impersonating, and things go awry. So, you know, I kind of want to read this one soon. I wasn't planning on reading any of these books soon because they are my recent purchases, so, but I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I might just like disregard my TBR jar and just read books, read books that I want to. And this is definitely one that I want to pick up. Next up, we have a special edition of If We Were Villains. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. If We Were Villains is about this guy who has been in jail for like the past 10 years because of a murder. And he's out of jail now, and he's talking to this, I think she's either a reporter or a police officer or something. And he basically tells her the whole story of how he came to be the one in jail instead of some other person. Yeah, because, and it's a mystery, thriller-ish, literary fiction-esque, dark academic. It's just good. Okay, I give it 5 stars. And I'm excited to read it again. Probably read this edition. Maybe annotate it. I don't really annotate books. Conversations with Friends is one book that I really wanted to annotate while reading it, just like things that resonated with me. So maybe I'll do that for If We Were Villains. The next book is a book that I've been really excited to read, and it is Butter by Asako Yuzuki. And it's basically about this female serial killer who is a chef. And honestly, that's all you had to tell me. It sounds really good. I love this edition in particular. The US edition, ugly. This one, love it. I'm pretty sure this was a UK only, but then I saw it in Barnes & Noble and I was like, I need it, because I'll probably never find it again. So I'm glad I have this edition. It's stunning. Next up is a book I already own, but I really wanted this edition, and it is The Shining, oh no, this isn't a book I own already. This is Salem's Lot by Stephen King. I don't own this book, actually. I'm a fool. I thought it was The Shining, which I did buy another edition of it. So anyway, Salem Lot, it's about vampires. That's all I really know. In a town that's overrun by vampires, I'm pretty sure. And, you know, the guy, when I bought this book, he was like, it's not like Twilight. I was like, count me in, bro. I love vampires. I don't care if they're horrifying creatures. I want vampires. I just really like vampires. I don't know why. So yeah, really excited about Salem's Lot. I like the cover. It's kind of creepy. This next one I got, it was wrapped up. My mom bought it for me. It is, oh god, Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk. I don't know how to say his last name, sorry. He's the guy who wrote Fight Club, I'm pretty sure. I actually don't remember what this is about. I think it's about, like, she's a fashion model and something goes wrong. And that's all I really know. Otherwise, this cover's stunning. Also kind of creepy. So I'm hoping it has some creepy elements to it. I think most of his books are like thrillers or literary fiction or something. So, looking forward to that. Next one is one I have read. The Summer He Grew Died, Volume 4 by Moku Mokurin. I have read this. When I bought it and I was like, I need to read it right now, and I read it in one sitting because, you know, manga is pretty easy to read. There's not a ton of words on the page, and it's mostly just looking at pictures. So I did read it in one sitting, and I loved it. I really liked it. I didn't give it 5 stars. I did rate it pretty highly though. It brought back the queerness that I was looking for because the third one kind of took that away, and I didn't like that. And it's developing the plot a little more in a way that I like it. And again, the queerness, they're so cute, I love them. Basically this is about two boys, they're best friends. One day, one boy goes missing and he comes back like 6 months later, and the other best friend is like, no. Who are you? You're not Hikaru. So, and then he finds out that basically he is a monster, and he kind of just goes with it. He's like, okay, go ahead. And yeah, and the two boys are kind of like, you know, this is the best friend, not Hikaru. You know, I forgot his name, but yeah. I need the 5th volume now. I think it's coming out soon, probably in 2025. So I'm gonna read it like as soon as it comes out. Not gonna lie. Next up we have Vilest Things by Chloe Gong. This is the 2nd book in the series. Actually, I don't know if it's a duology or series, but I had to get this edition because the normal edition is ugly and I don't want it. And this one matches the edition that I have of More Longings. This is it's a retelling, a Shakespeare retelling. But I'm blanking on which retelling it is. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. I feel like a lot of people didn't enjoy it. I don't know why exactly. I think it's because it's compared to Hunger Games a lot, and I feel like a lot of people didn't agree with that. It's probably because Hunger Games is like it's a very beloved series, and it goes into like politics and stuff. This one, I mean, More Longings didn't really do politics as much as it just had like a game in it. So yeah, this is the 2nd book. Can't really tell you much about it, but I love this edition. It's stunning. The end papers are stunning. I think the back one's different too. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, super excited to get into this one. I know I keep saying that, but you know, I gotta be excited for my books, okay? Next one we have is a novella by Stephen Graham Jones. It's called Mapping the Interior. I got this one, picked it up really quick, just because it's so short, and I've wanted to get into Stephen Graham Jones. I was supposed to read a Stephen Graham Jones this month, but I just haven't gotten to it. So that'll be going on my TBR for January. I should read this one because it's so short. It's about this boy. He finds this figure dressed in Blackfeet regalia, like full on, and he thinks it's his father who mysteriously died. So he follows the figure into his house, and the house is bigger and deeper than he thought. And it's a horror. And I love horror. And it's short. Let's see. It's literally only 108 pages. I could read that in one sitting. I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. But yeah, Mapping the Interior. The last one we have is, I don't know if it's an official conclusion to a series, but it's Absolution by Jeff Vandermeer. I have read Annihilation and Authority, and I still need to read Acceptance. But I saw this. I wish they were the original covers and it matched the original covers, but you know, they always do that, right? I do like this cover. I just wish it matched the covers that I already own, because I don't think you can find those covers anymore, because they were all re-released with the new covers. And I'm sorry to everyone who doesn't have the old covers, and you get this instead. This is the best one out of all of them. The other ones don't hit. Basically, this series is about Area X, and people go in there to explore it, and they either die, or they kill themselves, or they kill each other, or they go crazy. And yeah, I don't know what this one's about exactly, and I don't know what Acceptance is about either, but I did enjoy Annihilation and Authority a lot. So I'm hoping that he ends the series, the last 2 books, with a bang, because, you know, we've been waiting for this one for like 10 years or something. So I honestly thought it was over with, but then this came out and it's like, yes, because I really like his writing style. I think he's an excellent author. And yeah, Absolution. I would get my stack. I guess I can show you. Gotta turn this. There's my stack. All my books, my sad bookshelf. If you have gotten this far into the video, go ahead and leave. Is there an alligator emoji? Leave an alligator emoji. If not, leave a flower emoji for Absolution, because there are flowers on this cover. And it looks like there's sunflowers, and there is a sunflower emoji. Leave that, and if you feel so inclined, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video and next year. Bye, everyone.